Hello, we are Rosa Ruilova and Adrien Lagrange from Agenium Space, and we would like to give you a short presentation about two databases we have generated in the framework of the Cortex project. Agenium Space is a young French company expert in deep learning methods and their application to image analysis in the Earth observation domain. Agenium Space team is working in deep neural network simplification for image analysis on board, and a part of this work is conducted within the framework of the Cortex project. Cortex is funded by ESA in the framework of the EU Science for Society permanently open call for proposals. The goal of Cortex is to define a workflow to ease the integration and reduction of complex deep neural networks models on SOC FPGAs. The use cases concern image processing on board, and the tests are performed using Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 data. The second objective is to propose a generic methodology for DNN simplification. Our strategy is to use distillation as a method for simplify the networks. The details about different strategies we have implemented are provided in another presentation about the Cortex project called Deep Learning Processing for Improving Small-Sat Capabilities. In the framework of the Cortex project, we identified three different use cases for testing deep learning on board. The goal of the second use case is to classify oil spills and ocean phenomena in Sentinel-1 images, and we use two existing databases to train the models. For the other two use cases, we have generated two new databases which are published and are described in this presentation.
In relation with this first use case about ships detection, we developed a first database. So this database was developed using Sentinel-2 image, in which we localized boats using AES data. Using this, we generated SEMS image of ships with around 1,500 SEMS. The SEMS were generated using 5 bands of the original Sentinel-2 image, the RGB bands plus 2 SWIR bands, resampled at the same resolution as the RGB bands. Then we implemented the use case that was proposed, so transferring a network from one database called Planet Database to our database with first 3 bands, and then we extend the network using 5 bands. As DNN architecture, we use the VGG16 architecture, since this architecture is very common and provide a very good baseline for those applications. Here you can see the results we get with this use case, and these results could be used as baseline when using our database. We are also proposing a second database, so this database was generated in the context of the third use case. So in this use case, we want to convert Sentinel-1 image to Sentinel-2 image. So to do this database, we localized 39 refugee camps in the Middle East, and then extracted all the Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 image over 3 years. Then we generated pairs of image, one Sentinel-1 image and one Sentinel-2 image. Then we used a conditional GAN to do some transfer style using a pix-to-pix architecture. We compared our method based on GAN to more conventional deep neural network. So the other deep neural network here tried to minimize the reconstruction error, and we can see that if we look at some metrics based on this idea of reconstruction, the deep neural network which are not based on GAN perform better. But now, if we look at the image, we will see that the results we get using GAN are actually more realistic images. Here you can see one example of results obtained with an image coming from the training set. So you have on your left the Sentinel-1 image, in the middle the Sentinel-2 image, and on the right the lookalike Sentinel-2 image. Now, if we look at an image of the test set, you can see that we also have consistent results. Here is a third example. Now, if we look at the result obtained with the classic deep neural network minimizing reconstruction error, we can see that even if the metrics are lower, we got very unrealistic images. Here you have the results with unaware of this network. And finally, the third network that we tested. To conclude, we provide free and open access to the two datasets presented today on Zenodo, and if you want to know more about the use cases we presented today and about the reduction of the network we trained, I invite you to see our second presentation at the field. Thank you for your attention, and we are here to answer any question you could have on the databases.